Whatever brought you here today, I can share with you what brought me here today. First, a story to illuminate, and then a reflection. I was putting on my socks this morning, little ankle socks. They have this reinforced band woven right into the middle, under the arch, over the top. It's support that's built directly into the fabric. I have flat feet. As I was pulling those socks on, I remembered how important it was for me to find that exact sock after the fire. When you lose everything, big things, little things, you don't even realize what's missing until you start living again, putting on your socks. When you go to put them on and they aren't there. Paper clips, hairbrushes, entire categories of life, paintings, musical equipment, clothes, an antique sideboard my sister gave me, a family heirloom, my passport, deodorant. I remember searching for those socks online after the fire. It took a long time to find them. Support matters. Years ago, I was having terrible hip pain. I went to see a sports medicine doctor. I'd been to see him 3 times in as many years. He looked at me and he sternly asked, "Are you wearing your inserts, Lyndon? Your shoe inserts?" I wasn't. I didn't need surgery. I didn't need a dramatic intervention. I needed support for the feet that I had come into the world with. Those inserts aren't glamorous. They're not particularly aesthetic. But everything changed when I started wearing them again. That got me thinking. I came into life with something else, a highly sensitive nervous system. As a baby, I'm told that I was quiet, big-eyed, taking everything in, no trouble at all. And then as life unfolded in a very traumatic living environment, nature, nurture, both, my sensitive nervous system, trauma layered on top. And what do we do in a culture that loves fixing? We start trying to repair. We start trying to repair ourselves. Flat feet aren't broken feet. They just require support. And a sensitive nervous system isn't a broken nervous system. It requires ground. You're not broken. And I'm not willing to offer anything here that feeds the lie that you are broken. I've walked in way too much fire, both figuratively and literally, to believe that story. Childhood trauma, the long apprenticeship of activation, the 5-year crucible of grief, betrayal, estrangement, and a body that had its own battles to fight. I have excavated the tombs of self-help. I have drunk from the wells of therapy, modalities, optimizations, spiritual bypass, and spiritual depth. I'm not a neophyte in this terrain. I've earned my knowing. And what I know is this. If you can execute the hack, whatever it is, you already have capacity. When you cannot, it's not failure. It's capacity narrowing under load. Capacity narrows when the nervous system is holding way too much. Whatever your nervous system can hold, everyone's different. When sorrow wells up, when memory flashes occur, when the body's tired, when the mind is loud, when life is simply being life. In those moments, another strategy, well, that can be like a very thin rope over a very deep ravine that you can't quite catch hold of. Strategies require ground. Capacity is ground. And when capacity's offline, there's no ground to stand on. What restores ground isn't force. It can actually be a kind of remembrance, a practice of dropping into awareness, conscious awareness. It's not a technique. It's the field in which the technique appears. It's here before the event. It's here beneath the devastation. It's here when the mind is bargaining and the heart is breaking. I know this because I have returned to it more times than I can count. On bathroom floors, on quiet mornings, in hospital rooms, in the aftermath of conversations that rearranged my life in ways that felt horrific. Returning isn't weakness. It's the ocean that holds the waves, the fertile soil that grows the seeds and anchors the mighty trees, the atmosphere that houses the breath, as well as the stars. Returning is sovereignty, personal sovereignty. It's your capacity to stand within yourself, and therefore your capacity to stand with others. From awareness, capacity. From capacity, choice. From choice, a life that's lived instead of survived. With full recognition of what happened, what is happening, and what's possible, all grounded in the present. This isn't flashy work. It won't seduce you with urgency. It won't promise transcendence in 30 days. You might get that, but I wouldn't promise it. This landing place of conscious awareness, it will ask you to remember what has never actually left you. If you want hacks, there's many voices. If you want ground, if you want to remember the dimension of you that's larger than the thinking mind and steadier than the nervous system, let's keep walking together. Thanks for stopping in today. See you soon.